So in this video, I'm going to talk about why Opendoor refused to buy my house. About 6 months ago, I tried to sell my house using Opendoor, and it's this house that you see behind me. I bought this property last year, and my intention was to fix it up and resell the property. Along the way though, I realized that I bit off a little bit more than I could chew, and then decided to call Opendoor to get a quick cash offer and to try to sell this thing as fast as I could. What I didn't know is that a lot of things were going to prevent Opendoor from wanting to buy this house. And I'm going to go through step by step and show you the reason why they ended up not buying this house. So I bought this house about a year ago, and it was in really poor condition. It needed a lot of work. The lady that had it, she hadn't done any type of updating whatsoever. This house was pretty much original 1960. I came in, I cleaned it up, I painted it, I put flooring, and I still tried to sell it through Opendoor to see if I could get a quick offer through them. Well, they definitely rejected my house as wanting to buy it. And a few reasons, or one of the reasons, is this kitchen. Below there, some of the cabinets, they needed some help. I wouldn't say poor condition, but they needed some help, and Opendoor didn't like that. Some other things that they didn't like were in some of these bedrooms. Opendoor didn't like the fact that it's missing the shoe molding along the wood floor. Now, I thought that Opendoor would really purchase this property in any condition, but they have a limit to what they're looking for. In reality, they're looking for something that they don't have to spend a lot of money or a lot of time in order to get it ready to resell. The fact that I had outdated appliances, I had an outdated bathroom, outdated kitchen, wasn't really too much of an issue for them, because even they themselves were not going to redo the kitchen. They were not going to redo the bathroom. They were really only looking to just kind of clean it up and put it right back out on the market. So how does Opendoor make their money? They make their money by just literally getting somebody that's interested in selling a little bit below retail, take it, put it right back out on the market, basically clean, maybe change out the carpets, a little painting, and get it ready for sale. What you don't know about the offer is they're also going to deduct any type of repairs that the property is going to need. So in my instance, they saw all the repairs that were still needed to be done on this house, and they kind of said, you know what, this isn't going to work for us. And they discount that from the price. So like, let's say they offered you $160,000, they are going to pay $160,000 for the house. Public records for this house is going to show that it sold for $160,000. They'll probably list it at like $170,000, $175,000. But what it's not going to show is at the closing table, they're going to subtract money from the $160,000 and send it to themselves. Basically, what they're essentially doing is they're making sure that the price of the house stays high while subtracting all the repairs from the offer. So basically, you have to pay for the repairs that need to be done. You have to pay for the closing costs and everything, and they have an Opendoor fee that they make like 5% on. So in reality, after they finish buying your house, yeah, the offer is at $160,000, but what you're really getting is like $130,000. They're gonna subtract $30,000 minus the repairs, and if the repairs are too much, they're not gonna go for it. I'm gonna show you some of the things that needed to be repaired. I showed you already a couple little stuff like shoe molding and the cabinets, but then those other things that they didn't like. All right, so here in the bathroom is one of the spots where they were kind of like iffy about it. If you notice down below, you see like the two different colored tiles. So what's happening is that the tile down there is kind of separated. So when somebody takes a shower, water's gonna be getting in there. Let me see if I can get a close up on there without falling. So right here is the separation in the tile. They did not like that whatsoever, and they were kind of like iffy about it. They were like, oh, I don't know. Also down below there, that bottom tile, the grout is eaten away as well, and it probably leaks water if somebody were to take a shower. they didn't ever use this shower. They actually had like a bar across over here, and they were using it as like a closet space. Now, one thing I noticed recently, let me see if I can get down here. You see those tunnels? They look like big veins. Those are subterranean termites. That is really, really, really bad. You can see them. Let me get this light out the way. You can see them right here. You see those lines? So it looks like either at one point there was, or they are gone. I don't know if they're still there. They might be. But that was another issue that arose, was the fact that there are subterranean termites here. Now you can get them treated with a termite company, and it'll cost you a couple $100s, which I'm actually gonna pay for, because you know, this issue has to be addressed. It's definitely a bad thing to have in a house that you're trying to sell. Something I didn't notice before, because all this area here, all that yellow there, there was a carpet there, and the carpet smelled like dog pee, because the lady that owned this house had a bunch of dogs here. But we ripped out the carpet everywhere, and that was another thing that Opendoor did not like. So the basement is not completely finished, or I should say, you know, somebody can't live down here in its current condition. But you know, they did not like the fact that this area here was still needing, you know, quite a bit of remedy. I got some of the closet doors down here still, and they were really complaining about this. They were like, no, we can't do anything about it, because, you know, since that's supposed to be a living space and it's part of the square footage of the house, that's going to affect the resale value. Which in reality, all they had to do was put some, you know, paint it up a little bit and put some carpet, and it would have been perfectly fine. But they were saying that that was too much work. All right, so you guys have seen that this house didn't really need that much work in order for Opendoor to really get it working. I didn't feel like putting in the money or the time, because I'm already in this project for about $20,000. Plus, you know, I kind of got tired of this house already. And I know that a lot of guys are like, oh, you could finish it off and make more money. And yeah, I could, but then it would take away from, you know, everything else that I got going on right now, especially with wholesaling. You can't be dipping and diving in too many different lanes, especially, you know, how time consuming, you know, wholesaling is. But yeah, Opendoor was, you know, they didn't like a lot of stuff about this house. So eventually they withdrew their offer after about a month and a half of, you know, doing their thing, coming out and inspecting the property. Also, you got to make sure you have all your utilities on. I didn't know that. They complained about that because they couldn't test out the gas furnace, because there's actually a propane cylinder that's supposed to be outside, and it wasn't there. Even this little kitchen area down here, they kind of complained about it a little bit, because it had a little bit of water damage and probably some termite issues as well. And then the house did have some debris in it. And what I mean by debris is, like, it had like some paint cans, stuff like that. You know, the ordinary stuff that you would find in a flip. And they complained about that too. They wanted it all cleaned out, or they were going to charge me for it. As well as I ripped out the front gate in front of the house. It was a pain in the butt to remove, but we got it removed as well. I would not recommend you sell your house to Opendoor if it needs a lot of repair, because they might not buy it. And one thing that they did do was they sent it out to a company that buys distressed properties, and they offered me way less than what I owe on it. So they were like, yeah, we'll pick it up for $85,000. I was like, I owe $88,000. Why would I do that? That's stupid. So what I decided to do was I ended up listing it with a realtor, and this realtor, he has been absolutely awesome. I have absolutely no regrets listing it with them. I had reached out to a few realtors, and man, let me tell you something, some realtors really suck. They are terrible realtors. They shouldn't be realtors, because they're not out there to help you sell your house at all. They're looking for the easiest, quickest buck without having to lift a finger. And my realtor has been awesome. He helped me get a lot of stuff done. He helped me, you know, organize myself as far as getting people to clean out the property, mowing the lawn, getting the lawn mowed. Of course, I had to pay for this stuff, which is perfectly fine, but he's been able to coordinate so much for me. It has saved me a lot of time and a lot of effort. And because of that, now he got the property sold. This property is set to close towards the end of the month after the termite treatment, and I'll be done with this place. I'm tired of paying the mortgage on this thing. So profit wise, I didn't make much. I'm probably gonna make as much as I do on my normal wholesale deals, about 15-20,000 if that, which is still okay considering, you know, I neglected this property for so many months. I can't believe that I'm actually making something out of it. But you know, that goes to show you this definitely was a huge learning experience for me. And if you guys are interested in doing a flip as well, you know, learn from my mistakes. This was too much for me to handle. This house is 2,700 square feet. It's a friggin' monster. And I try to do it all on my own. I did have some of my family members come and help me out. And I am so grateful of you guys. Thank you so much for helping me. Obviously they didn't do it for free, but they sat on the sideline waiting to get paid until I sold this house. So I'm happy about that as well, that they were able to help me out. So if you guys are, you know, interested in selling your house to Opendoor, be careful, especially if you're a regular homeowner. This might appeal to some investors out there as well. You know, you might be able to sell a house to Opendoor pretty cheaply, maybe recover your money quickly if you're in a pinch. But from my experience, they did not want my house. If you're interested in learning about real estate investing and what investors do when they buy houses, go ahead and shoot me a like, as well as subscribe below and hit the little bell notification icon. That way you can be notified anytime I drop a new video. This was a long time in the making. I have a lot of videos of this property, doing so many different things. It was pretty fun though, I won't lie. It was an experience I'll never forget.